Greetings, Karen Clay and the Feldenkrais method, what I call somatic unwinding. So here we are looking at the spine and the skull. How aware of you are you of the 24 segments that connect your pelvis to your skull? It's a pretty impressive array. And if you take a look here, I'm going to show you some things about your vertebra that you probably didn't know. First of all, see these bits here? This is a side view. So see these sticky outy bits? These are called spinous processes because they proceed, they stick out. That's what you touch when you touch your backbone, is these parts of your spine. You'll also see that each vertebra also has these wings, which are called lateral processes because they're to the sides. So it's a bit like the shape of an airplane with the nose cone, the two wings, and the tail of the aircraft. But here's what's really interesting. Here's your backbone way back here. And look at how many inches are between what you call your spine and the actual vertebral bodies of your spine. So your spine is very central to your core, and you can see that if you look up and under the rib cage here at how centrally the front of the spine is relative to the rest of the body. So let's take this into action down on the floor. So the first thing you're going to do is find a spot against a wall where you can sit comfortably. And we're going to start by lying on the back, as we generally do, just to take what we call a baseline. Heads up, you may need to have a cushion behind your back. I prefer not, but if you're very sensitive on your spine, you may need one. So start by just coming on your back and just doing a little bit of sensing. Noticing the shape of the small of the back and the weight of the rib cage and the weight of the skull. And then just gently roll your head very slowly, not going as far as you can, not measuring your range of motion, but just gently beginning to stir the pot a little tiny bit, a nice slow stirring. Can you feel vertebra move in your neck? Can you feel vertebra move in your upper back? Can you feel vertebra move in between your shoulder blades or in your rib cage? So that will be our pre-test. Let's come up, and you're going to find the spot against the wall, and your lower back is not going to be right against the wall. It's going to have 3 or 4 inches or 5 inches so that you can lean your upper back somewhere in your shoulder blade area. It doesn't really matter where it is, against the wall. If you take your head forward and bring your chest down towards the floor a little bit, you'll start to feel that you're pressing and kind of climbing the ladder of your vertebra. Maybe 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, and down 3, 2, 1. What you're looking for is the space between each one of those spinous processes and the contact through the bone itself. Please don't press hard. Do this very, very gently. And if it's uncomfortable, which it may be for many of you, use a cushion behind your back. So then you can start to take it lower by rounding your spine more and bringing your head further forward. So this is a really effortless movement, but you want to feel that you're climbing up the rungs of the ladder and climbing down the rungs of the ladder. Don't worry about going further than is easy in the position that you're in. You'll be kind of in the middle-ish of your spine. You're below the tops of your shoulders and you're above your lower back. If you want to extend the movement further down, then move your tail towards the wall, and then you can start in the lower part of your ribs and move down through some of the lumbar vertebrae. You're not going to be able to get all the way down to your pelvis because of the position you're in. But you can work the bottom half, coming up about halfway just to where your shoulder blades begin. So you have this very strong information coming through each of your vertebrae. Some of them may feel like they're slightly off, like maybe one is to the right and one is to the left, rather than being stacked right on top of each other. Some of them might feel like they're far apart. Some of them might feel like two vertebrae are just one big block, like you can't really get between them. You can spend hours doing this because the more you feel, the more you feel, and the more you're going to know. So there's the lower half. Then you move your butt out again, and then you can do from about the middle of your rib cage all the way up to the top of your shoulders. Don't worry about the vertebra in the neck. But again, this is meditative, soft, gentle, slow, easy, simple. You might find that you like to breathe out as you roll down and breathe in as you roll up. So you can continue that as long as you feel like it. And let's see whether it did anything. So come down onto your back, lengthen your legs, settle in, sense the curve of your low back, the weight of your rib cage. Maybe you feel much more in contact with the ground. And now if you roll your head, I bet you're going to feel that there are more vertebrae rolling, that the rolling is a cascading sensation that includes your neck and many, many other vertebrae. It might move between your shoulder blades. You might feel it moving into your rib cage. So now one more thing is to take the movement up into standing and just take a walk around your space to notice the difference. So we'll stop there. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.